Hi guys, ever wondered what's going on inside your iPhone? Well, in this video I'm going to give you a quick crash course on how it works. The iPhone, what an amazing device. We can surf the web, text, make video, play games, and a whole lot more. But how does it work? What's going on inside? What actually happens when I touch the screen? So the iPhone operates like a small handheld computer. By the way, this video pretty much applies to any smartphone or tablet. I'm just using the iPhone because that's what I have. Let's start with the screen. How does it know that I'm touching it? The screen is something called a capacitive touch screen. Underneath the glass, there's a grid of tiny sensors called capacitors. What's a capacitor? It's an electronic component that stores energy in an electric field. You know what else can store energy in an electric field? Us! We are capacitors. Now, the amount of energy we can store isn't very much, and it depends a lot on where we're standing or what we're touching. It's the reason we sometimes get electric shocks when we touch something metal. So when my finger touches the screen, it changes the energy of the capacitors on the screen. But the energy doesn't change everywhere, only where I'm touching. Sort of like dropping a stone in a sandbox. And since the capacitors are set up in a grid formation, the iPhone knows the exact coordinates of where I'm touching. That's why learning about coordinate systems is important. It's really useful when designing things. This capacitive touch thing is also why the iPhone doesn't respond if you're wearing gloves, because it can't sense the energy in your fingers. So what happens to the coordinates? Where do they go? How does it know to open up my Angry Birds app? To find out, we need to go inside the iPhone. So this is the circuit board for an iPhone. Wow, there's a lot going on in there. It looks really complicated. And it is, but I'm going to give you a crash course. So each one of these black rectangular things is called an integrated circuit. Integrated circuits can be designed and programmed to do a lot of different things, but in this video I'm going to focus specifically on what they do inside the iPhone. Each one of these integrated circuits has a very specific task to do. Think of it like a restaurant. Everyone that works at a restaurant has a different job, right? There is the person who greets you, gets the menus, and shows you to your seat. There are waiters and waitresses who take your order. There are cooks, dishwashers, busboys, people that mop the floor, clean the bathrooms, and on and on. Plus there's the manager, the boss who oversees everything. And everyone has to do their job properly and do it at the right time. Otherwise the restaurant doesn't run smoothly. Same idea with the iPhone. Every integrated circuit has to do its job properly and at the right time. Oh, and there needs to be a boss too. So this circuit here deals with the coordinates from the capacitor grid. This one is for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. This one deals with the audio. This one is called an accelerometer and senses when you tip the phone on its side. This one communicates with GPS satellites and allows you to navigate on Google Maps. These circuits help you make and receive phone calls. This one is the barometric sensor. This one is the main memory, and this one over here is the temporary memory. Why two different memories? Think of one as a library and one as your desk. The library contains a lot of information, but you can only use a small portion of it at any one time. You pick out the stuff you want from the shelves and you bring it back to your desk. So the iPhone has a main memory, the library with all your music, pictures, videos, and apps, and a temporary memory, your desk, for the stuff you're currently using. And this circuit here is the granddaddy, the boss, the brain, the one who manages everything. It's called the CPU, and it stands for Central Processing Unit. It's the circuit that tells all the other ones what to do and when to do it. Notice the temporary memory lives inside the CPU. All of these circuits are part of the iPhone's hardware. You've heard of hardware and software, right? Hardware is all the physical stuff, the case, the screen, the computer chips, the battery. Software is the computer code written to tell the hardware what to do. It's the instructions. Software is pretty complicated, but it includes all the different programs and apps on the phone, and it can be changed, it can be rewritten, updated. The software has to be written so it can anticipate every move that we, the user, might make. It has to be ready for anything. You've heard of software bugs? That's generally when we create a sequence of events that the software wasn't ready for. So maybe the iPhone freezes or something and we have to reset it. Total bummer. The iPhone software is incredibly complicated and it's not perfect. So next time your phone freezes or does something weird, don't get angry. Take a deep breath and be happy that a bunch of people spent a lot of time making a mini supercomputer just for you. So to wrap up, in this video you learned about the touchscreen and some of the integrated circuits inside the iPhone. So what else happens after you touch the screen? To find out, watch part 2 of this video.